So what the British did was to colonize the Hausa man through a middleman called the Fulani man. Okay, listen, pay attention. You are going to learn a lot from this. Pay attention. Listen. The difference between what the British colonialists came to do in Nigeria and what the Fulani jihadists came to do in Nigeria is that the British colonialists came to do with guns and cannon what the Fulani jihadists were doing with bows and arrows. Listen and pay attention. You see, most times when we discuss the pre-colonial administration in Nigeria, we talk about indirect rule and how it was used by Lord Lugard in Nigeria. We talk about how it is successful, or how it was successful in the north, failed in the southeast woefully, and partially failed in the southwest. And when people want to tell you the reason why it failed woefully in the east, they say the east did not submit to anyone, because they practice direct democracy, and they say Igbo Enweze, okay? And the Yorubas partially fail because they had a laughing, and know they have the Obriko paternity, and they say the reason why it succeeded successfully in the north is because they had a centralized administration, because they were paying taxes before the colonial masters came. You know, you had the Madawaki, the Galadima, the striking Rowa, the striking father, the striking power, and all whatnot. That Lord Lugard met a centralized system, an organized system. Listen, that is true, but there is something else you need to understand why indirect rule flourished in the north. I'm going to explain that vividly. Pay attention. You see, when the earlier colonialists came to what is known today as Nigeria, okay, nearly almost all the nations that constitute as what became as Nigeria resisted them. They fought the Ekumeku War, of course, you know. Listen, before they came, Africa has already been partitioned at the Bering Conference, okay, that was called upon by Otto van Bismarck, okay, the British, the Portuguese, you know, the French, you know, the Spaniards, the Italians, the Germans, they were all there and shared Africa. Now, when they came to Africa, what most Africans don't understand is that even as they were trading in spice and gold, even as they were trading in palm oil, their initial intention was to colonize. But because they came and found that there are empires in what constitutes Nigeria today, and if you go outward right to fight these empires, you might not succeed. So what did they do? They came through what is called through strategy and stratagem. They started to buy time. How did they buy time? They bought time by trading with us so they can get to know us very well. So when they got to know us, they strike, and when they struck, they dispose people like Oban, Voluwan, and Baisi. They fought the Benin War in 1897. They came for people like King Jado for Pobo in Opobo. These were forces that would have resisted them. They fought the Ekumeku War. Have you ever heard that there was a war against the colonialists in the northern part of Nigeria? No. Why? Listen. When Lugard came, he did not meet the indigenous people of the north. He met a colonialist like him. He met the Fulani jihadist. He met what Uthman Danfodio had already set to be running. So the Fulanis had nothing to lose. Why did they need to fight the colonialists? They came to do the same thing. Remember, I said, okay, the British came to do with guns and cannon what the Fulanis were already doing with what? With bows and arrows. So remember that in 1804, Uthman Danfodio was already in the north with jihad, okay, because the empire of Kebbi was captured and conquered in 1805, and the empire of Katsina was captured in 1807. That was when Magajin Hariru committed suicide. By 1808, the entire Habe, that is the entire Hausa empire or kingdom, had already been conquered. So when Lugard came, he found another colonizer in a place he came to colonize, and because he is a more superpower than the person he found had to surrender to him because the person had nothing to lose. So the fight that the colonialists, which happens to be the British, could have faced in the north, the Hausas had already faced it in the hands of the Fulanis, because the Hausas resisted to some extent when the Fulani fought them. So there was no need for the Fulani to fight, because the place is not his place. So he willingly handed over. So what the British did was to colonize the Hausa man through a middleman called the Fulani man. You get the point now. So you rule these people, collect the taxation, give it to me. That was why it flourished in the north, because the people that the Lugard met were not the indigenous owners of Habe. I previously taught you how it happened, right, in my previous video. So when they came to the Yoruba land, it's not like that. The people that own there are the indigenous of the place, they're the natives of the place. So the Alaafin could not watch it happen. The Oyemesi, the Ogboniko fraternity, and the rest of it, the Ora Onaka Council, they were already there. Okay, but why it partially succeeded was that even before they came, the people were paying tributes to the Alaafin. Remember, they were not paying taxes. There's a difference between taxation and tributes. Okay, but the Igbos were paying no tribute at all. Okay, they practiced direct democracy. It was an anarchic society. They respected the Okpara, but the Okpara was not authoritarian. He was not a god to them. Okay, now I want to point that fact to you, what happened in the north, so that you will know that the Fulani hegemony, the Fulani jihadists came to do, okay, with guns, came to do with bows and arrow. Okay, the British came to do with what? Guns and cannon. They are the same. They came with the same intention. And what is the intention? To colonize the people. To colonize the people. Okay, and that was why when the Lugard was done, he said, these people are good people. I enjoy the north. That was why when they left in 1914, after the amalgamation in 1960, when Nigeria was to gain independence, the British simply handed over power to the person they saw in power when they came, and that is the Fulani. Hand over. Take what I found you doing, continue. I will still be ruling from my place. You will still be my middleman. That is just it. They handed over power to the people they met in power when they came to take power, and that is the Fulani. Okay, you continue doing what you were doing when I came and found you. These people are stubborn people, so I won't give them. I will give you whom I found in power. Do you think it's a coincidence that the Saldana of Sokoto there, who was Amadu Bello, claimed to be the grandson of Uthman Danfodio? You get the point. Listen, this video is not made to you to hate anybody. I've always said it in my video. I've always said it. The essence of dishing out educating content like this is not for you to dislike anybody. No, it's not for you to, you are not to hate anyone for what his fathers did. It is just for you to have the knowledge. The Fulanis are wonderful, nice people, and I have a lot of them as my friends. The Hausas, the Yoruba, the Igbos, beautiful people, beautiful people, the Ibulas and the rest of it. And whenever I visit Nigeria, come on, I will see all those people. I love you guys and I care about you. The essence of this content is to teach truth, and truth is truth, irrespective of the mouth that speak it. Remember, Wisdom Africa is the principal thing. You can always request for free books from me. All you need to do is to go to my bio. Okay, you see a WhatsApp contact there. WhatsApp it and try it. You need a book, and book will be given to you free of charge. You are not paying anything, free of charge. The person who gives this book is J Magnify Online Library. The essence is to get young Africans to read. And Moderndaytowncrier happens to love you, and I care about you. We bring you wisdom and we bring you knowledge on a platter without you paying. The only thing you pay is to give attention to what you are reading. I love you, Africa, and I care about you. Respect TikTok policy. Respect everyone on TikTok. I love you, Africa. Wisdom Africa is the principal thing. Ha ha.